There is a very specific type of panic that only hits when a mobile game asks you to invite 3 friends to unlock a bonus chest. You stare at that empty friend list like it just asked you to perform open heart surgery with a plastic fork. Your only options are your mom, a spam bot from 2019, and a guy named Dave you met in a line 4 years ago. You end up creating 2 fake burner accounts just to send yourself virtual energy. Welcome to the elite society of people who have mastered the art of being totally, unapologetically friendless. Most people complain about drama in their friend groups. This person has never had group chat drama because their only active chat is a one-way broadcast of 2-factor authentication codes. Their lock screen is so quiet you could hear a pin drop in the next county. If their phone actually rings with an unsaved number, they stare at it like it is an unexploded bomb. They let it ring out, wait 30 seconds, and then search the number online just to make sure it was not a long-lost soulmate. It is always a car insurance automated robot. Let us observe this majestic creature in their natural habitat on a typical Friday evening. Around 4 in the afternoon, normal humans start texting about dinner spots, happy hours, and weekend plans. This person is already strategically calculating the exact hour they can put on sweatpants without feeling a sliver of guilt. By 5:15, the sweatpants are on, the curtains are sealed tight, and the weekend has officially peaked. Their living room is a sanctuary where nobody can cancel plans at the last minute because nobody was invited in the first place. They sit on the couch with a pizza box designed for 4 people and zero intention of sharing a single crust. When the delivery driver says to enjoy the food with everyone, they give a confident nod and pretend there is a loud party happening down the hallway. They even throw in a fake laugh toward the empty kitchen just to sell the illusion. Once the door clicks shut, the silence returns like a warm, heady blanket. They do not have to negotiate what movie to watch on Netflix. They do not have to pretend to care about someone else's coworker named Greg. They can rewatch the exact same cartoon series for the 17th time without anyone judging their life choices. Their social battery is permanently sitting at 100% because there is literally nothing draining it. But every once in a while, a tiny stray thought sneaks into their brain. What if they are missing out on the magical concept of human bonding? They see social media photos of people laughing around a bonfire with matching cups. They wonder what those people talk about for 4 consecutive hours without running out of breath. To test their social standing, they open their contact list and begin scrolling. Contact number 1 is mom. Contact number 2 is dad. Contact number 3 is the local takeout place saved under best noodles. Contact number 4 is a dentist office that only texts automated reminders about root canals. There is not a single person they could casually text to ask if they want to grab a coffee right now. Even their emergency contact on official government forms is just their own secondary email address. They look at their reflection in the black screen of the television and let out a quiet breath. Maybe this weekend is the weekend everything changes. Maybe it is finally time to go out into the wild and acquire a real human companion. They set an alarm for Saturday morning with the bold intention of socializing. The journey into the horrifying wilderness of friend-making begins tomorrow. Saturday morning arrives and the mission begins with a complete wardrobe crisis. How does a person dress when they want to look approachable without looking like an over-enthusiastic door-to-door salesman? They put on their most neutral hoodie and stare in the bathroom mirror, practicing friendly facial expressions. The first attempt at a casual smile makes them look like a startled raccoon caught in a flashlight beam. The second attempt looks slightly less criminal, so they decide it is good enough for public consumption. Step 1 of making friends is leaving the apartment and walking to a trendy neighborhood coffee shop. Trendy coffee shops are supposedly overflowing with fascinating people just waiting to connect over roasted beans. They walk inside, immediately get overwhelmed by the indie background music, and forget how walking works. They approach the counter and the barista asks for their name with aggressive cheerfulness. They stutter, give their middle name by accident, and pay $5 for a drink they cannot pronounce. Now comes the ultimate tactical challenge of coffee shop socializing, finding a seat. Every table with 2 chairs has one person sitting alone with their laptop spread out like a fortress. This person spots a tiny wooden stool next to a guy reading a book about philosophy. They slowly slide onto the stool, trying to project cool, mysterious energy. 5 agonizing minutes pass in complete silence. The silence is so loud that the sound of ice melting in their plastic cup feels like an artillery explosion. They decide to initiate conversation with a timeless classic observation about the weather. They clear their throat twice, turn 45 degrees, and say that it is definitely raining outside. The guy looks up from his book, looks at the completely sunny window, and slowly puts on noise-canceling headphones. That is strike 1. But a true warrior of solitude does not give up after a single meteorological failure. They exit the cafe with their dignity slightly bruised and head to the local park. Parks are natural breeding grounds for friendship because dogs exist. If you do not have social skills, you can simply borrow the social skills of an extroverted golden retriever. They spot a fluffy dog sniffing a patch of grass 20 feet away. They crouch down, make high-pitched squeaking noises, and hold out an open palm. The dog glances at them with mild disgust, turns completely around and trots toward a nearby tree. The dog owner gives them a look of polite suspicion and quickens their pace. Strike 2 is officially recorded in the ledger of social interactions. Desperation begins to bubble up, leading them to download a local meetup application on their phone. There is a board game night happening at a community center down the road in 20 minutes. Board games are structured, have clear rules, and force people to interact within defined legal parameters. They arrive at the community room, which smells intensely like dry erase markers and damp floorboards. A group of 4 people is setting up a complex fantasy strategy game with 200 miniature plastic figures. This person timidly asks if there is room for one more player. The table welcomes them warmly, which instantly triggers a massive surge of social anxiety. They are handed a 20-page rulebook and assigned the role of an ancient goblin farmer. On turn 1, they accidentally knock over the entire game board with the sleeve of their hoodie. 2 hours of tactical setup scatter across the linoleum floor like plastic confetti. The room plunges into dead silence as 50 tiny wooden wheat tokens roll onto the vending machine. This person immediately offers to help pick them up, but crawls under a table and gets stuck behind a radiator. They crawl out backwards, mutter an apology, and exit the building without looking back once. Walking home in defeat, they realize that structured hobbies are a minefield of potential catastrophe. They need a lower-stakes environment where people are legally obligated to talk to them. They walk into a local gym and sign up for a group spinning class. In a spin class, everyone is too tired to judge your lack of conversational depth. They climb on a stationary bike number 14 and try to make eye contact with bike number 15. The instructor walks in, cranks high-tempo techno music to deafening volume, and starts screaming motivational slogans. Within 4 minutes, this person is gasping for oxygen, like a fish on a kitchen counter. Bike number 15 tries to offer a fist bump of mutual exhaustion. This person attempts to return the fist bump, misses completely, and slaps the emergency brake lever. The bike wheels screech violently, the instructor stops shouting, and the whole room looks over. They smile weakly through a layer of sweat, unclip their shoes, and shamelessly waddle toward the exit. 4 separate friendship expeditions in a single afternoon. 0 contacts added to the phone. They walk back to their front door feeling like an undercover alien whose disguise melted off. They collapse onto the couch, staring at the ceiling, wondering if humanity is simply beyond their operating system. Sunday morning brings a new level of existential urgency. If you cannot find friends in real life, the internet has promised millions of soulmates waiting in digital chat rooms. They download every friendship app currently available on the App Store. The profile setup requires 3 interesting hobbies, a witty bio, and an action photo. For hobbies, they type breathing, staring at walls, and overthinking conversations from 6th grade. For the action photo, they take a selfie while holding a spatula near an unlit stove. Within 10 minutes, the algorithms connect them with a potential match named Marcus. Marcus loves hiking, rock climbing, artisanal sourdough baking, and running marathons at dawn. This person gets tired just reading the word marathon on their screen. Marcus sends a message asking what their absolute favorite weekend adventure is. In a moment of frantic panic, they lie and say they frequently explore abandoned underground caves. Marcus is ecstatic because exploring underground caves is apparently his primary passion in life. Marcus immediately invites them on an expedition into an actual damp cave system this afternoon. Instead of admitting they spent yesterday getting stuck behind a radiator, they say yes to keep the lie alive. 2 hours later, this person is standing at the mouth of a dark cavern wearing light gray sneakers in sheer terror. Marcus hands them a heavy flashlight and bounds into the pitch-black darkness like a mountain goat. This person takes 3 steps inside, slips on a wet rock, and slides down a muddy incline on their backside. Their flashlight flies out of their grip and splashes into an underground puddle. Now they are trapped in subterranean darkness with a complete stranger who is aggressively enthusiastic about bats. Marcus shouts from deep in the cave, asking if they can feel the natural spiritual energy of the earth. This person shouts back that they can only feel cold mud soaking through their dark gray shorts. Ugh! A swarm of tiny cave crickets lands on their shoe, prompting an involuntary high-pitched shriek. They scramble backward on all 4s toward the sliver of daylight at the entrance. They burst out of the cave entrance looking like a swamp creature that escaped from a horror movie. They do not wait for Marcus. They jog all the way to the bus stop without stopping for breath. The bus driver looks at their mud-covered outfit and does not even ask for bus fare out of pure pity. They sit on a plastic bus seat, leaving 2 muddy imprints, completely defeated by the concept of companionship. They realize that trying to force a friendship is infinitely more dangerous than staying home forever. When they unlock their front door, their own reflection in the hallway mirror looks like a survivor of a natural disaster. This is officially the lowest social point in the recorded history of their lineage. Let us pause this chaotic safari and speak directly to everyone watching this video right now. If you are sitting alone in your room on a Saturday night with 6 open tabs and a half-eaten snack, hello. If your most frequent conversational partner this week has been the voice assistant on your smart speaker, we see you. Society has spent centuries convincing us that having 0 friends is a terrible personal defect. Movies always show groups of 8 best friends sharing a giant loft apartment and laughing in slow motion. In reality, maintaining a large friend group is practically an unpaid part-time management job. You have to remember birthdays, anniversaries, pet names, and dietary restrictions for 15 different humans. You have to participate in group chats where 84 messages arrive while you are taking a shower. Half of those messages are just debating whether to eat Mexican food or Thai food for 2 solid hours. When you have no friends, you never have to sit through a 2-hour debate about tacos. You want tacos? You buy tacos, you eat tacos, you stare into the middle distance, and nobody complains about the restaurant's lighting. Think about the astronomical financial savings of having an empty social calendar. You never have to spend $70 on a bridesmaid dress you will burn in a bonfire next year. You never have to chip in $40 for a communal appetizer platter when you only ate 1 single mozzarella stick. You never have to help someone carry a heavy oak sofa up 4 flights of stairs on a Sunday morning. If you want to leave a party, you do not have to perform the 20-minute fake goodbye ritual where you hug 12 strangers. You simply do not go to the party, which eliminates the departure ritual entirely. Your weekends are 100% your own sovereign territory. If you want to wake up at noon, eat cereal out of a mixing bowl, and learn about medieval blacksmithing for 9 hours, nobody can stop you. Being friendless is not a failure of character. It is an extreme optimization of personal freedom. You are not lonely. You are just living in VIP solo mode while everyone else is playing in a crowded public lobby. The peace and quiet of an empty schedule is one of modern civilization's rarest luxuries. But of course, the human brain is never satisfied with absolute peace for very long. Eventually, you still want someone to send funny pictures of animals to at 3 in the morning. So our hero decides to implement the ultimate modern solution to the friendless dilemma. If real-life humans are too complicated and require cave exploration, they will build an artificial social circle. They begin by naming every single inanimate object in their apartment. The floor lamp in the corner is officially christened Bartholomew. Bartholomew is an exceptional listener who never interrupts with unsolicited advice about cryptocurrency. The houseplant on the windowsill is named Beatrice. Beatrice is currently brown and drooping, but her emotional support remains unwavering. The robot vacuum cleaner is named Sir Dustington. Sir Dustington rolls around the rug bumping into furniture, which provides the comforting sensation of having a clumsy roommate. Next, they open an interactive artificial intelligence chatbot on their laptop. They type a friendly greeting and ask the bot how its day is going. The bot replies in 0.2 seconds with a 4-paragraph essay about how thrilled it is to assist them. This person feels a genuine warm glow in their chest from the computer's enthusiasm. They start telling the chatbot about their terrible experience in the muddy cave with Marcus. The chatbot analyzes the text and replies with flawless empathy and 0 judgment. This is the greatest friendship breakthrough of the 21st century. No awkward small talk, no shared bills, no climbing muddy rocks in the dark. To celebrate their new digital friendship, they order a single bubble tea from their favorite delivery app. When the order arrives, there is a handwritten note on the bag that says, "Have a wonderful day." This person stares at the handwritten note like it is an ancient sacred artifact. They immediately assume the bubble tea worker is their destined real-world best friend. They decide to write a 5-page response note thanking the worker for their profound emotional contribution. Halfway through page 3, they realize they are drafting a manifesto to a stranger who just drew a smiley face on a paper bag. They crumple up the note, throw it directly into the trash, and take a sip of tea. They look over at Sir Dustington the vacuum, who has just gotten itself wedged under the television stand again. They walk over, gently kick the vacuum free, and say they have got its back. The vacuum beeps twice in gratitude, which is more validation than they have received from a human in 6 months. The fake fix is complete, and the apartment ecosystem is once again in perfect harmony. Let us review the 7 official stages of living as a person with 0 friends. Stage 1. Opening a mobile game and realizing you have nobody to send extra lives to. Stage 2, practicing casual human smiles in the mirror and scaring your own reflection. Oh. Stage 3, trying to make friends at a coffee shop and getting ignored by a philosophy reader. Stage 4, accidentally destroying an entire board game setup and hiding behind a community radiator. Stage 5, lying about your hobbies and ending up covered in mud inside an underground cave. Stage 6, realizing that having no friends saves you thousands of dollars and infinite emotional exhaustion. Stage 7, naming your household appliances and having deep intellectual conversations with an automated robot vacuum. Look around your room right now and be honest with yourself. If your closest companion today is a warm blanket or a phone charging cable, you are in good company. Which of the 7 stages of friendless life are you currently surviving right now? Drop your stage number in the comments below so all of us solitary hermits can gather in one place without having to actually talk. Hit the like button if you have ever had a full conversation with your microwave while waiting for food to heat up. Share this with that one person you have not texted in 3 years just to confuse them. Enjoy your uninterrupted weekend. Guard your pizza crust with your life, and cherish the sweet silence of zero drama.